morning, everybody. Of course, it occurs to me once again after the fact, hi Obi, to do a video, but it's a beautiful morning and we're actually near the end of our walk. But Obi, that's why Obi looks tired. He's been out going crazy. It's this early in the morning. There's always deer and things out here. There's a whole herd that lives right out here that we see all the time. That one time Obi got that deer leg, but we don't think it was obviously Obi that killed it because it looked pretty fresh. But there's coyotes out here too, and my one neighbor saw a bear. And then, of course, there was a herd of boar out here, like 6 or so, but we haven't seen them in a while, and those are the ones we would want to be cautious of because they're scary. But anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick video because it's a beautiful morning, and again, just a lot of dog stuff on my mind as we head to the Nationals. I'm excited. I'll be judging our sweepstakes on Thursday, and it'll be my first time judging ever. And unlike a lot of people in this breed, I feel like I'm a novice after 13 years, and I absolutely would feel like anyone else should be saying, there goes Asher to the bathroom, that they're a novice after 13 years too. But of course, a lot of people you get here after 5 years that are experts, or 20 years that think they know everything. And just like I recently read in a really great book by Alan Mitchell, a well-known book there, and from the UK, and he says, you know, that of course usually those people that are hating your dogs the most and thinking they know everything about the standard have yet to prove it at all in what they're breeding. And I've got some real just incredible bullying and stuff that has happened to me here, to the point that it's like almost funny now when I think about the fact that I tried to invite myself to breakfast when we first moved here. Well, it wasn't even when we first moved here, it was when Asher first started winning. That's when my troubles began with these people. And suddenly I'm a terrible person and the dogs suck. And that's just because of him winning. So, and it's sad. I mean, look at him. The more I read of the standard, well, I'm learning, and the elaborated standard, the more beautifully he fits everything. He's a completely balanced, proportionate dog. He has an absolutely beautiful head portions on his muzzle, perfect bite, temperament, nice ears, although they're half pricked. They're actually very well set. A beautiful low set pump handle tail that he sometimes carries high, but it's certainly a low set, which is what matters. A lot of the males carry it high. He has a gorgeous tuck up, and once again, the thing where people want to criticize him is the depth, and he's just slightly below the elbow, which is so sadly lacking nowadays because I guess they prefer to see no depth at all, even though the standard says wide and deep. So anyway, it's just interesting because I'm getting so prepared for judging, and prior to all this I took the AKC Canine College course because, again, people think, oh, that'd be easy for you, you've bred so many litters, but it isn't easy, and I want to do a really good job, and I think it's very hard to determine, and I have a plan and a method by which I'm going to judge, and I'm excited. And it's kind of launching me into the long-term picture, which I knew I would always want to judge long-term. But for me, that's still a decade away. So I'm just going to slowly collect my experience in the meantime. Anyway, I'm super grateful for all of Asher's fans and supporters. There's a few in the breed, of course, including my mentors. And, of course, those who have passed. One of my biggest supporters of all was Judy Daniels, who's a breeder judge who just passed this year. A lovely, wonderful woman who is an icon in the breed, responsible with a couple other people, including my mentors, for bringing the breed to the country and getting it recognized. She told me he was absolutely magnificent. And again, the hate grew and grew from there. So it's her voice that I'll carry on, not those feeble-minded idiots who are just unbelievable, really. To the degree of bullying is just shocking. I mean, one lady talking about, you know, Daisy being dilute color, and yet she's got a dog with a short toe, which is flat out said in Alan Mitchell's book, stop breeding those. Don't even use any sires or dams that carry that trait because it can really stick around, you know. Or my one dog with an injured tail. And even if that tail was truly genetic, 3 vets told me that they're almost 100% certain from x-rays and examinations that it was an injury. It was a perfect tail. Then at 20 weeks, there's like a kink near, or not even a kink, but yeah, like a kink near the end. But Anyway, the point is if I were to breed that dog, I would breed her to a dog with a good tail, and if we did end up with, a little bit of tail flaws, then big deal. They're pets. The tail isn't something that's going to hurt the dog from having a slight curve and a short tail. It's a throwback to the bulldog if it is genetic, and it's nothing but cosmetic, but I wouldn't believe it is anyway. So anyway, I know what I'm doing with my breeding decisions, humbly, I say, because everyone will always make mistakes, but I go about it intentionally, and I'm proud and happy to have these gorgeous dogs and the support of my mentors and the people I do. So anyway, I'm just saying that I'm getting ready to head to the Nationals, and I'm excited about it, and basically letting that stuff roll off me like Teflon, as one of my other friends told me, and it's good. It still hasn't gotten there yet, because I think we're all human and people delude themselves if they act like they don't care. But obviously those people are they're very low class people that are very jealous and hateful and have never talked to me about why I'm breeding what I breed and what I breed and what I know. And so I'll just keep moving on with grace and joy and happiness that we're getting these kinds of quality dogs so far. And again, you don't have a perfect dog health-wise. We've been very, very blessed so far, but you just expect that something will eventually turn up. But we're grateful so much for the temperament, the beauty, the health. There's our old Shaq, about to be 12 in a couple of weeks, aren't you, old girl? And she, my little wounded warrior, would be even more incredible. Hi, Obes. There's the handsomest Doberman in the universe. And what a good dog this guy is, too. And Asher has such a temperament. I got my 3 favies today. Not really. Willow and Daisy are going with Al, and they're doing great, too, by the way. I just want to say that, again, I always am cautious about that, but Willow is just amazing with Daisy. She adores her. She lets her pin her, and they just play like crazy. We always have an eye on it, and if the playing gets too much, or I even thought we'd let it cease completely soon, but they're really liking each other, so I'm not feeling the need to do that right now. So anyway, it's all good. The only thing is, you guys wish me a lot of luck, because the team is so wounded. We had Alita, who had to move to Germany, and Thor and Xena were both going to be at the show, so we lost 2 off the bat. Then Chris was coming with Elvis, and now Chris can't come, but bless his heart, he thankfully is sending Elvis, because it's only Elvis and Daisy to represent Willow's puppies in the category for the brood bitch, because Emma has a limp, Amy's dog, and Tavish was going to bring Jose, even though Tavish has a limp from his injury. He was going to send Jose or come with his family. We were going to make the plans, but it's real unfortunate, and it happens to all of us. But he got distracted, asked me which category to put him in because he's a new champion now, and then got distracted with something else and never completed the entry. And once you miss that deadline, you're doomed. So we're just a little wounded team, but I get to show off so far not wounded Asher, Daisy, and Willow. And it'll just be a blast. I mean, again, the other bad thing there is Willow's false pregnancy. Otherwise, if she looked like she did in September, I would genuinely be expecting some kind of wins for Willow. Maybe not, best of breed wins, but because there's like a credible number. There's 84 dogs, and I think of that number, I want to say 65 are females. So the competition is going to be incredible for girls for some bizarre reason. It's a low dog entry. But anyway, I think we're going to have a blast. And yeah, I still hope for some decent results. Again, at the top 20 banquet, we parade Asher around. That I don't really hope for winning results, because it's like a 3-panel and it can go anyway. And then the People's Choice, of course, that's a total popularity contest, to the degree that someone told me a few years ago she just recruited people to vote for a particular person. So it's definitely not objective there, but whatever. This will all help me be stronger in my let it roll off me. But I do hope we get some good looks and results if Asher and Willow and Daisy continue to look like they are, except for Willow's false pregnancy. And again, it's just a learning experience. I'm excited. So I'll try to keep you guys posted. 84 dogs entered, I think, total each day, maybe 90 on some other days. It's Thursday through Sunday. We can only show Friday through Sunday since I'm judging Thursday. But yeah, I'll keep everybody posted. All right. And I'm only showing Asher one day, just so everybody knows. I decided to show him under the foreign judge and not under the USA judges because I do want to keep him fresh for his continued ranking. And at the Nationals, it's really hard to expect to win just because there are so many different agendas and certain things going on. And sometimes judges are brought over by a certain contingent. This time seems to me a little more neutral. But still, that's just what I did anyway. We rented them Saturday. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. Enough of me talking. Bye.